my wonderful friend Liz Edgecombe from the Spice People standing next to me today. Liz has just come back from India and I want to make for Liz my favourite eggplant kasundi, which I love and adore, but I've never been to India and I'm hoping you'll give me some historical background on why I love making this kasundi.
Oh, well, it would be my pleasure. Kasundi is such a popular condiment in India and every region has their own recipe. But the one you're making, from what I've seen from these beautiful spices here, is more one from the Goan cuisine, and that is near Goa. And what they make these kasundis for, some of the history behind it, is that all their curries and a lot of vegetarian curries are quite mild, surprisingly. So when it comes to the cooler months in winter, they need beautiful, rich condiments which add a warmth and an energy and an immune boosting kind of benefit to their dish. So a little goes a long way, just a tiny little bit, just to lift that meal and give that warm, beautiful glow from within.
Before we get onto the spices, I need to cut up this eggplant and the garlic. So what do you want? Do you want to have eggplant or garlic?
I reckon I'll do the eggplant, I think.
All right.
I'll take the easy option. Great. Excellent job there, Emma. I'm glad you got that one.
Thank you. Just a rough chop with the garlic and a bit of a, 1 to 2 centimetre cubes with the eggplant. What I want to do, I've got a cup and a half of grapeseed oil in here. I'm going to put in most of it. Pop in the garlic, so look at that beautiful garlic. And a rough chop, doesn't have to be too fine.
Oh, I love garlic. You can never have too much garlic.
Never too much.
Definitely.
So I've got 1 cup of malt vinegar here. I'm putting it into a bowl because then I'm going to add in your beautiful spices. Now we've got 2 tablespoons of turmeric here.
Now look at the
Tell me about turmeric.
Now I want to tell you about this turmeric because this is a special turmeric.
Yeah.
This turmeric comes from the Alleppey region in Kerala in India. And sometimes
Gorgeous.
you buy turmeric and it's a bright yellow.
Yeah.
So that's not from the Alleppey region. It's not the beautiful colour here. And the reason
It's
that's
the real deal.
It's the real deal. And the reason that's so good is because it has the highest rate of naturally occurring curcumin. Now curcumin is the big active ingredient that everyone's talking about with anti-inflammatory.
Right.
So when you're buying your turmeric, make sure you buy the right variety. And
Or
it's
just
got
the spice people.
Yeah, well, the spice. Well, there you go. We've solved your problem for you. But it's just nice to know. So the next ingredient you're putting in is cumin. And of course, that's the global spice. I don't think there's any cuisine in the world that doesn't use cumin, and there's a good reason for that. It just works with every style of combination of dish. So that's another great immune one.
Mustard.
Mustard.
Now, mustard.
Good old mustard. Mustard comes under the warming spice category.
Right.
So what that means is that sort of kind of like your internal radiator.
A little hug from the inside.
It is a little hug, and then you find things like it increases your circulation, gets the blood flowing, and that's why it's an energy spice.
Yeah,
it just
beautiful.
gives you a kick start.
Love it.
So you're using the Kashmiri chili,
Yes.
which of course comes from northern India, and it's known for that beautiful rich red colour, but not as
Look at
intense
that.
heat. So that way you break it down. But if you need a bit more red and depth of flavour, then that's what we've suggested. You put the paprika sweet in.
Right, great.
Because
So-
it's all part of the same family. So if you choose spices from the same family, you can then still get that lovely rich red flavour without the heat. There's just one more little spice left to put there.
Well, I thought, will we put that in the vinegar or will we put it into the oil first?
If you have a look at it, it looks like little stones,
Yeah.
and they are really hard.
Yeah, they are. They will break your teeth.
They will break your teeth, but the magic of a fenugreek is that if you put them in water overnight, they'll dissolve to a paste. And the same thing happens when you cook with them. So we can put them straight into the dish because this is a slow cooked dish.
Yes,
So we can not worry about the fact that these are not ground.
Right.
And we're going to have all the flavour.
So pop them in.
We can pop them right in there and the magic will happen over time.
Oh, they smell so good.
It does, and it is your tummy love, that one.
Right,
It's all
okay.
about digestion and your tummy. So if you want to soothe your tummy,
Yeah.
add more fenugreek to your dishes there. So that's a really good way to counteract some of the spiciness. You've got the fenugreek to balance it out.
Garlic is nice, starting to turn a little bit brown, and now it's time to add in this gorgeous spice paste, which I am so excited about. Look at that.
One of the amazing things with this recipe, it just shows that when people are looking to buy a paste in shelf, that really It's just
Just
vinegar,
this.
sugar and water.
Yeah.
So there is no real benefit of buying a paste in terms of depth of flavour. You're going to get more by buying a dry, powdered
Yeah.
spice, adding your vinegar of choice, whether you or not you want to put sugar in or not,
smells
it's
so
your
good.
choice.
Yeah.
And you control it. Just fresh ingredients, good flavouring agents, and if you cook ahead of time, like a Kasundi is going to last 12 months, isn't it?
Easily.
That's it. And you know, there's all sorts of Kasundis as well, isn't there?
Yes, there is. And now, like I said, the spices are all nicely cooked out now. That's probably enough, isn't it?
That's
For
beautiful.
the-
Well, as you're moving the spoon through, you can you find that you can actually see a bit of the base
Yes,
of the
you
pan,
can.
and that's always a sign to me that the oils are just about to come out of the spices, so
Yeah.
they're perfect.
Great. So now it's time to add in your beautifully chopped eggplant. Get that in the pot mostly. Gorgeous.
In is good.
In is good. Whoops, a daisy.
Collect those little escapees.
Woo, so many escapees. Coat the eggplant with our beautiful spice mix. See, the spice mixture has really taken into the eggplant. Looks like pumpkin, doesn't it?
It does have a, because it's the beautiful red paprikas
Yeah.
and chilies coming through, isn't
Incredible.
it? Giving that instant colour in there. But eggplant is such a great carrier for flavour.
3/4 cup of sugar.
Beautiful.
And
That's
you
our
can
preservative.
and also about 3 tablespoons of salt. So I'm going to put in about 4 of these because it's not quite a tablespoon. It's a great thing about savoury food is you can mix it up a little bit. All right, I'm going to bring this up to a boil and just
looks
simmer it
great.
gently for about 45 minutes. And then we've got Kasundi ready for, 6 months.
That's the one.
It's now been an hour and our Kasundi, look at that.
Wow.
It is breathtaking, isn't it?
It is. Broken up a little bit,
Yeah.
but not completely. There's still the, chunks in there. It's the perfect.
It's perfect.
It is perfect.
Now I've got some sterilised jars here. All I have to do now is get this delicious, hot, bubbly Kasundi into these hot sterilised jars and lid on, and then great for gifts, great on the cupboard for 6 months, or even great now. There we have our beautiful golden-inspired eggplant Kasundi. We've got enough for now and enough for later. One for you and one for me.
Oh,
There.
thank you, Emma. That's fantastic.
Thanks,
I really
Liz.
appreciate
I
it.
really
Thank
appreciate you coming in. It's lovely.